the midterm review. So we're going to simplify. So we look at this, look at exponents. This one and this one have the same exponents. So we're going to add these together. Then we have a squared, and we combine those and get 3x squared. Oops. And then we only have one that has a regular x. So we're just going to write that bad boy down. And then we have constants. Okay, so on this next one, in order to do this one, this has a plus sign in between, so we can really just pretend like those parentheses aren't there. I have a y squared, so I'm going to write that. I have a y, and I'm going to combine those. And then I have a constant, and so I get that. Same thing with here. Again, this is addition, so I'm going to leave it alone. Those are squareds, so 9a squared. This is a regular a, so plus a. And then we have constants, and we get plus 4. Now, when we're subtracting, on the other hand, that changes things. So I have the first parenthesis, then I need to distribute that negative to each thing inside before I combine like terms. So I combine these and get 14x squared, combine these and get 5x, and then lastly, the constants. Okay, then come over here, we do the exact same thing. I write down the first set of parentheses as is, and I do the opposite of everything inside the other set of parentheses. I combine like terms, and then constants, and there we have it. Down here, the next one, oh, we have absolute value. Remember, I need to get the absolute value, so it needs to say absolute value equals, and then a number over here. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Negative absolute value of x minus 4 equals 6. Divide both sides by a negative 1. That was weird. Absolute value minus equals negative 6. You can never have it equaling a negative, so there's no solution. A positive will never equal a negative. So over here, I add 7 to both sides. I get 2, absolute value x minus 5 equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. I get the absolute value of x minus 5 equals 2. Then I separate it, so I get x minus 5 equals 2, or x minus 5 equals negative 2. Add 5 to both sides, and I get 7, or add 5 to both sides, get positive 3. Okay, next one, inequalities. So I divide both sides by a negative 3. When I do that, I get x minus 8, and the inequality changes directions, and that becomes 4. Less than, so this is an and statement. And when you write an and statement, you can just take the negative and put it over here and put this, or you could have written it as x minus 8 is less than or equal to 4. X minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 4. I prefer this way, but it doesn't matter. I add 8, add 8, add 8. I get 4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 12. And when I graph that, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is a closed dot at 4, a closed dot at 12, and it's everything in between. Okay, so the next one, I divide by 4. I get absolute value of x plus 7 is less than or equal to negative 4. Can something positive be less than negative 4? No. So that's no solution. Okay. Oh, this needed interval notation also. Sorry. Oops. There we go. 4 to 12. Okay, this one. So I subtract 8 from both sides. I get negative 4 absolute value m minus 6 greater than or equal to negative 28. Divide by negative 4 m minus 6. This changes to greater than or equal to 7. Greater, so that's an or statement. So I have m minus 6 is greater than or equal to 7. M minus 6 is less than or equal to 7. I add 6 to both sides. I get m is greater than or equal to 13, or add 6. Oh, nope, this should have a negative 7 on it. I knew something looked weird. So that would be negative 1. So let's see, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right here, 15. Okay, so it's greater than or equal to 13, so close dot and going up above. Less than or equal to negative 1, close dot and going down here. Interval notation would be from negative infinity to negative 1, or 13 to positive infinity. Okay. Oh, sorry, one more. This one is equal to, so I divide by 3, equals 6. So that's x plus 4 equals 6, or x plus 4 equals negative 6. So x equals 2, or x equals negative 10. Okay, it moved the parentheses on this one, but the order is still x, y, z, x, y, z. So this is the associative. The order changed, so that's commutative. Okay, it distributed, so distributive. This one, order changed, so that's commutative. PQR, PQR, the only thing that changed was the parentheses, so that is associative. Okay. When x equals a number, that means it's a, no, it does not. It means it is a vertical line. So this is not it. At negative 3, so that one is it. Solve for x. So I add 5. I get 2x equals negative 38. Divide by 2. Get x equals negative 19. Now, I'm going to do this so I get rid of the fraction first, just so that we can practice that. So I get 2x minus 21 equals 33. Add 21 to both sides. Get 2x equals 54. Divide by 2. X equals 27. Is that right? Yep, 27. Now, could I have done it the other way? Sure. 2/3 x minus 7 equals 11. Add 7 to both sides. Get 2/3 x equals 18. Multiply both sides by 3/2. X equals 2 goes into 18 9 times, and that still gives me 27. So either way would have worked. Okay, so this one, I'm going to cross multiply, and I get 10x equals 5 times x plus 6. So 10x equals 5x plus 30. Subtract 5x from both sides. Get 5x equals 30. And get x equals 6. This one, subtract 1 from both sides. Get negative 94 equals 2 times 6x plus 1. Now, I personally would divide both sides by 2 right now, but if that doesn't make sense to you, just multiply it on through. Subtract 2 from both sides, get negative 96 equals 12x. So you will get x equals negative 8. Okay, this one, add 7 to both sides. 5x plus 40 equals 110. Subtract 40 from both sides. 5x equals 0, 70. Divide by 5 on both sides. And that'll get, let's see, that'll go in 1 time, 14. So this one, I'm going to add 7a to the other side. 12a plus 2 equals 6. Subtract 2 on both sides, get 12a equals 4. Divide by 12. Now here, be careful. The bigger number is on the bottom, so we're simplifying the fraction to get 1/3. Okay. This one, multiply through. 9m minus 6 equals 6m plus 6. Subtract 6m from both sides. Get 3m minus 6 equals 6. Add 6. Get 12. Divide both sides by 3 and get m equals 4. This next one, start with the very inside part. So there's nothing to do here, but I can distribute. So 2 minus 12 minus 6x equals negative 2x plus 6. Then combine like terms inside. Negative 10 minus 6x, negative 2x plus 6. Multiply the 5 through, get negative 50 minus 30x equals negative 2x plus 6. Add 30x to both sides. Get negative 50 equals, what is that? 28x plus 6. Subtract 6 from both sides. Get negative 56 equals 28x. Divide by 28. Get negative 2 is equal to x. Okay, which of these is not a solution? So I'm going to solve this down below real quick. So I'm going to add 2, add 2, add 2. So I would get 0 is less than 7x, which is less than 5. Divide by 7. So 0 is less than x, which is less than 5/7. Okay, so 5/7. So 5 divided by 7. 7, that would get 49. So approximately 0.71. So a half is in between. 1 is not in between. 1/3 is in between. 1/4 is in between. So 1 is the only thing that is not in between. Okay. Next, solve and graph. So I'm going to actually, I like the variable on the left-hand side for inequality. So I know it has a negative, but that's okay. Minus 7 less than negative 4. Add 7 to both sides. Get negative 15x is less than 3. Divide by negative 15 and get x is greater than 1/5. Okay, so if this is 0, negative 1/5, negative 2/5, negative 3/5, negative 4/5, negative 1. So, oh, I should have gone up this direction, but that's okay. We'll say this is 1/5. Okay, so it's greater than that. So open dot going this direction. Okay, this one. So negative 3x minus 12 is less than or equal to 6. Add 12. Get negative 3x is less than or equal to 18. Divide by negative 3. That changes the inequality, and negative 6. So I'm going to put negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 4, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3. It has a closed dot at negative 6, and it is the numbers greater than. So it is this direction. I just now realized I changed colors. X is less than or equal to 9, or X is greater than 12. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So less than 9, or, oops, that is not a closed dot. It is an open dot at 12, and it's going above. Right? Yes. Okay, number 13. Draw a graph on the number line that represents 3 to positive infinity. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is an open dot. It is going up like so. Okay. Did you know that you can get a ticket for going too slow or too fast? On the stretch of a road, you need to go 30 to 45 miles per hour to avoid a ticket. Write an inequality that describes the situation. Okay, so 30 to 45. Okay, this next one, solve for C. So this is the one I'm solving for. So I'm going to add x to both sides. I'm going to get C over B equals x plus 2D. And I'm going to multiply by B on both sides. And you can either leave it as x plus 2D times B, or you can multiply it through and get bx plus 2bd, because I like alphabetical. Okay, so again, we're doing C. So I would subtract BD from both sides. I would get AC equals x minus BD. Divide by A and get C equals, and you can either write it as x minus BD over A, or you can write x over A minus BD over A. Either one would work. This one. So I have a point at -1. I go up to 1, 2 over 1. Okay, it's a straight. Okay, and then it's going to be greater than. There was only one there, yeah. So this one says open dot at -1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, and that would be less than this line. And then I go to positive 3, and it's this direction. And it would be greater than this line. So it's all this that's in there. Describe the linear inequality. It has a slope of -3. It has a y-intercept of 0, -4, and it is shaded below the line. Okay. If you're buying t-shirts and jeans, jeans cost $35, shirts cost $15. Plan on spending no more than, so that's less than or equal to $135. And you can get greater than or equal to 5 items. So it has to be greater than or equal to 5. So I like that one, greater than or equal to 5, and less than or equal right there. Okay, so y is greater than or equal to -x plus 5. Okay, and that would be greater than. So it's going to be greater than this line right here. It's going to be greater than that. And it has to be less than the other one. So I'm going to say A.